Now lastly, and this is possibly the most important tip of them all, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at some hints and tips around 24.2 and how I managed to get a score of just shy of 10 rounds. Let's get into it. Firstly, we're going to take a little bit of a look at the rower. Now we're going to have our dampener around a 6 or 7. Any higher and we're just trying to do an extra work for no extra gain. Also, you want to have a little bit of a look at the foot straps too. So making sure these are loose enough to slot your feet in and out nice and easy without your feet getting stuck. Now, you're going to hear a lot of slow is smooth and smooth is fast, which is kind of true for this. We don't want to be ragging on the handle as fast as we can. So aiming around that 5 km pace is probably going to be a safe bet. However, don't be afraid to adjust your pace as you go. So I started off at around the 150, and on some odd rounds, when I started to get a little bit too tired and wanted to recover a little bit more, I dropped it to around the 154, 155. Now, the difference between me finishing the 300 meters at a 150 pace relative to 155 is only 3 seconds. So it's kind of worth me slowing down that pace on the rower so I could get straight off, pick the bar up and go straight away. So next, let's take a look at the double unders. Now, if you're really proficient, this is possibly an area where you can look to recover. However, after doing the deadlifts and doing lots and lots of rounds, your jump height is compromised a little bit. So something to keep a conscious thought of is make sure you maintain that nice, smooth jump height so the rope always passes around you and you don't trip. Now, we need to look at the upper body too. So looking where your hands are, we need to try and avoid this slow drifting out that people get when their shoulders start to get a little bit tired. This will inevitably shorten out the rope and make us trip. Not only from that angle, we need to look at it from this angle too. So quite common, I see people's hands start to drift behind them and they kind of need to stay slightly in front of you, just so you can gain enough leverage to get enough whip on the rope to get it round you. Now, if you haven't quite got double unders yet and 50 seems like a lot for you, you shouldn't be going anywhere near your max set. So let's say your max set is 30, we shouldn't be doing a set of 30 straight off the bat. We should maybe looking to break it 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. That way, when you do eventually get off them, you're not going to be so spent that you can't go and row a good pace. Now for the deadlift, we're looking for all the obvious cues, okay? So you want to have this nice flat back, shoulders back, feet nice and narrow, core tight, and we're going to drive our legs through the floor as hard as we can. This weight is kind of moderate for guys and girls, so a lot of people are going to be getting through this pretty sharpish, okay? I think the longest I spent on this set of 10 was around 15 seconds, as my grip tolerance isn't great, so I just wanted to get through it as fast as possible. If this weight is going to be a bit of a problem for you, don't be afraid to break it up, and at least this way, you get to choose when you rest. So whether it's 2 lots of 5s, 2s, or even singles, try and stay focused, keep your eye on the clock, and that way you'll get through it as fast as you can. Now lastly, and this is possibly the most important tip of them all, you need to run your own race. It's no good trying to shoot off with someone else in the class whose fitness level might be higher or lower than yours. You need to try and strategize how long each round is going to take and then try and stick to that as best you can. Sure, it's okay for you to pick up the speed towards the end because it's nearly over, but there's no way in hell you should be doing that right at the very start because you're only then going to fall off the cliff halfway through this workout. That's all the tips today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you want to see more things like this where we go through all the open tips and tricks and then looking at other different movements in the future. See you guys next time.